Welcome back to Daytime Live. There has been a lot of jacket and DNA talk of late in Jamaica about DNA tests are not only about who is the father. Yeah? So joining us today to talk more about it and the process is Terron Dewar of 876 DNA. Welcome.
Thank you.
Mr. Dewar.
Appreciate you.
So I know it's not an accident why you wear a jacket today.
And I have on my jacket too.
I just like this every day.
Right? Tell them, say, coincidental. So here's the thing. We are proud of Jamaica for a lot of things.
Right.
But this thing we're not so proud of Jamaica for because Jamaica is known to have the highest of paternity fraud per capita in the world, which, many of us, we've had a call for mandatory DNA testing.
I think we
now,
need that.
So you believe that we should? Do you believe that this should happen? And what exactly are you proposing?
Yeah, actually, as a company, we do not believe that Jamaica is yet at the stage of maturity where we can deal with conflict in the way that we can thrust mandatory DNA testing
I love that.
on the people. I believe it will lead to an upsurge in gender-based domestic violence, which is larger gender-based.
A further upsurge.
Yeah. Further upsurge. So all DNA tests, in our opinion, should be paired with the relevant counseling and mediation support so that people can adequately process the implications of these results. So that is our position on it. Jamaica is not yet ready for it. We haven't demonstrated the maturity to deal with conflict as a country.
Love that. That's very important. Yeah.
Tell me what the process of a DNA test is.
So DNA test, so every child gets 50% of their genetic contribution from their mother and 50% from their father. So a DNA test a DNA paternity test is basically an assessment of the father's genetic contribution to the child. So you can use what is called blood, or most DNA tests in Jamaica is done by doing a simple buccal swab. On the inside, which is a fancy name to say a mouth swab. People like sound bright.
Okay.
It's a fancy name to say a mouth swab, right?
Okay.
So the inside of your cheek is rich with epithelial cells that are rich in DNA material, and that is what the assessment is done on.
Okay, so, all right, and I'm going to say, I think this may be relatively obvious to everybody, but what are the benefits of DNA testing?
Certainty and the truth. I mean, you can do solid family planning around the truth. And also, I mean, Jamaica, given the level of adverse results we're seeing and the level of discovery of that, I mean, people are suffering identity crisis. I mean, we test people from as early as 1 hour old to as old as 94-year-old, with the average people finding out that they're not related at 15, right?
Yeah.
Thinking about bonding with a family for 15 years and having a result upend what is your identity, so...
Do you think, speaking of which, sorry to interject, do you think that there's an age that we should say, and maybe this is more of a emotional question perhaps, do you think there's an age that's like, just leave it alone, you shouldn't, you know what I mean?
We advise people of that, when people call us, we take a consultative approach. Why do you want to do this thing? And we're saying, listen, if you don't need to agitate a process, don't do it. But if you want to, if you insist on doing it, just call 876 DNA test and we will help
876 DNA test?
Yeah.
But Craig, you think there's an age that you should like, what do you think?
No.
Any age?
I mean, at any age, if you feel like knowing what the truth is, then you should do it.
Agreed.
All right.
I don't agree.
Yeah. All right, so if the results don't go the way one wishes, though, what kind of therapy would you suggest?
All right. So all clients who do a DNA test result with 876 DNA test is supported by mandatory, not mandatory, but recommended to contact our counseling and mediation services team. Everybody.
Gotcha.
Right? And we tell you there, but only 4% of the people who have adverse results take that up, because Jamaicans don't like talking to people, right? Because they haven't yet, I guess, discovered the benefit of having a neutral intervention in the process. So we recommend that you definitely talk to a counselor to process your thoughts on the matter and how it impacts your family dynamic, and also to control your emotions so you don't carelessly wield the emotions that come from adverse results.
So here's the thing. I know there's a lot of people watching that thinks that just having the test done is so cumbersome. You must have to go to the hospital. Like you must have to, it's just, how you're going to get the person to take, it's just a lot. I'm sure doing it is just such a hassle, right?
No, it's very easy.
Is it?
Very, very easy. So first and foremost, there are a couple of factors that prevent people from doing DNA tests. Access and costs. So we have 64 locations across all 14 parishes and most major towns in the island.
Wow.
There's a location within 20 minutes of where you live.
64 locations across
yes.
the island.
And then all you need to do is go call the contact center, call 876 DNA test. They'll find out where you are and they'll send you to a facility if that's what you want to do. Or you can get a home testing kit.
Also, I don't have to go in.
You don't have to go.
I can do it at my yard?
Remember, you have some people who can't access the children or they don't want to go into a facility any at all.
Okay.
You call like a home testing kit. You order one online, they'll send it to you. You do the swabs yourself at home. You return them to us. We'll test them and send you your results that are 99.999% accurate.
I bet the test is really big, though. It's a really big box that comes in, isn't it?
No, it can fit in your pocket.
All right, so it definitely can. So we're giving away one of these DNA test kits. All you have to do is head over to our Instagram and answer only under the post, not in our DM.
Do not DM us.
So tell us the question. Okay, so this is the size of the kit, just in case you never know. See it here, it was in my pocket. It can fit. So give us a question, Kevin.
The question is the category of tests where you can test an uncle or an aunt to determine whether or not they are related to a father. What is that category of test called?
No, that odd.
They're going to do some research and they're going to learn about the process.
That is it.
So the first person under our social media. So guys, do not...
Instagram.
Do not DM us. Look for the post that talks about DNA testing, talks about the question, and answer it under there. The first person wins the prize. So you've been very good at telling us 876 DNA test. How can we find you via social media?
At 876 DNA test via our social channels. Or if you're not sure, just look on your phone and dial 876 DNA test.
And you know what I love, Terron, to be honest with you? The fact that there are so many men who and men who are raising children that they assume are. I love that this is so readily available. Congratulations for, plugging the gap.
So he mentioned earlier, Jamaica not ready for the conflict that might arise. But we're never ready for the jacket them neither. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think it should be mandatory. If it's mandatory, them know, so them have to go through that when things happen and just know.
On that note, Terron and Craigie T, Daytime Live will be right back.
Notice the man must say yeah and the woman must say
music video. We're not ready.
I wonder why.
From Taurus Riley. We soon come.